Students, in the previous lecture we have discussed what are the rules to write name of a coordination compound according to the IUPAC rules. Okay, so in this lecture let us discuss how to write the names for the different types of complexes. Okay, see here, first complex. See, before we are giving the name for a complex, you must calculate oxidation state of the metal in that complex. Okay, that is essential. That already we discussed how to calculate oxidation state. Okay, if you don't know, you cannot write the correct IUPAC name because we must mention the oxidation state. Okay, so that's why if you have any doubts, go through that video once. Okay, so here NiCO4. See, this is a carbonyl, 4 times we have, so that's why tetra carbonyl nickel 0. See, these all are neutral. Already we discussed in metal carbonyls, oxidation state of the metal is 0. Okay, so tetra carbonyl nickel 0. Don't leave any space here. Okay, next see this cyanido. So tetracyanide. See here, we have a negative charge here on the coordination sphere. So that's why at the end of the name of the metal we have to add a word 8. So that's why here we get nickelate. And oxidation state of nickel is 2 ion. Okay, see, we are using so many rules here. Okay, that's why if you know those rules, we can write the name for any complex. So that's why first perfect with the rules. Never try to by heart the individual example. That is waste of time only. Okay, so here tetracyanide nickelate. Why we are writing 8 here? Because there is a negative charge present on the coordination sphere. Nickelate 2. This is the oxidation state. And ion. Why we are writing ion? If there is a positive charge or negative charge is present on the coordination sphere. Last rules which we discussed in the IUPAC nomenclature. Here we have to add ion. Okay. See this. Amine. Hexaamine. Chromium 3 ion. Okay. See here we have a positive charge, so that's why the name of the metal remains as it is. See here also there is no charge, so name of the metal remains as it is. But there is a negative charge, we get 8 here. Okay. And it is neutral, we are not writing ion, but here we have charge, so at the end we are adding a word ion. So hexaamine chromium 3 ion. Okay. Next look at this one. See, this one has both ionic sphere as well as coordination sphere. This is a ionic complex. So first, potassium. Okay, potassium. Leave the space. Single space. Tetraiodo. Okay, so tetraiodo. Mercurate 2. Okay, potassium tetraiodo mercurate 2. See here again we are adding 8. And here we should not write dipotassium, that is wrong. Never mention the number of ions or number of atoms or species present in the outside the coordination sphere. Just write their name. Never mention how many times it is repeated. Okay, clear? Very very important here. You must be careful with this one. Okay, never write here how many species are present. Just write their name. Potassium. That's all. Never write dipotassium. Wrong. That is. Potassium. Leave a single space here. Tetraiodo mercurate 2. See here. Why we are writing 8 here? Because the coordination sphere is in the anionic position. Okay, coordination sphere is in the anionic position. Negative charge or coordination sphere is in the anionic position. In both cases, we use 8 for the at the end of the name of the metal. Very very important. Okay, next look at this complex. Diamine silver 1 chloride. See here, this is in the cationic position, so that's why there is no change in the name of the metal. Only if a sphere is in the anion position, that is the right side, then only we add 8. If the coordination sphere is in the left side, that is in the cationic position, then there is no change in the name of the metal. So diamine silver 1, leave space chloride. Okay, so now next look at this complex. See here we have two different ligands. One is aqua and one is amine. Aqua, another one is amine. Both are starting with A. So that's why if there is a tie at the first letter, then we should go for the next letter. Okay. So next one is Q and M, right? So which will come first? Q and M. M will come first, yes or no? I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. Okay, so M will come first, so that's why triamine, triaqua, okay, triamine, triaqua, chromium 3 chloride. Okay, triamine, triaqua, chromium 3 chloride. See here also leave space between the cationic sphere and anionic sphere. Okay, so here we are just writing chloride, not trichloride. So already we mentioned you should never mention how many species are present in the ionization sphere. Just write the name. See here chloride, not trichloride. Okay, next see this. Here, En, ethylene diamine or ethane 1,2 diamine. So here complex may be written in this way or in this way. Both are correct. No problem. So here, see this is a bulky ligand. So no, this is a bulky ligand. So that's why what is the prefix we have to use? Multiplicative prefix, not tri. We have to use tris. And one more thing here, we have already di is present in the ligand name. So no. Ethane 1,2 diamine. So that's why we cannot write tri ethane 1,2 diamine. We must use tris. So that's why tris within the brackets ethane 1,2. Okay, ethane 1,2 diamine. Okay, ethane 1,2 diamine, cobalt 3 sulfate. Okay, what is the IUPAC name? Tris ethane 1,2 diamine, cobalt 3 sulfate. See here, oxidation state of cobalt is how much? 3. See here, this is SO4 minus 2 and there is a positive charge plus 3 charge is present on the coordination sphere. Okay, so by crisscross method we get here 2 and here we get 3. Okay, so in this way we get the oxidation state of the metal here. Okay, tris ethane 1,2 diamine, cobalt 3 sulfate. Here also don't write trisulfate, that is wrong. Okay, next see this. This complex also can be given in this way or in this way, no problem. That is oxalato. Okay, so here potassium leave the space. Okay, trioxalato. Okay, trioxalato, aluminate. Okay, trioxalato, aluminate 3. Okay, see here this coordination sphere is in the anionic position, so that's why we add a word 8. Okay, so potassium trioxalato, aluminate 3. Oxidation state of aluminum is plus 3 here, so that's why here we are writing 3. Okay, so these are the different examples. If we know the rules, you can write name for any complex very easily. Okay, so just focus on the rules, not on the examples. Okay, you can write for any molecule. Let us see some more examples also. Now let us see some other examples. Potassium. Okay, potassium, leave the space. Tetrachlorido. See here, this coordination sphere is in the anionic position, so this will be palladinate. Okay, 2. So we can write palladate or palladinate also, no problem. Okay, next see this. Important. Tetrachlorido auric acid. Okay, tetrachlorido auric acid 3. See here, when hydrogen is present in the cationic position, already we discussed that we have to add ic acid to the name of the metal. So that's why tetrachlorido auric acid 3. Okay, next, see this. This is also very, very important. Its name is bis pentacarbonyl. Okay, bis pentacarbonyl manganese okay, so bis pentacarbonyl manganese. See this one, twice this is present, right? So that's why here pentacarbonyl manganese. Okay, 2 times it is present, so that's why bis pentacarbonyl manganese, or this is the dimeric form of this one. Okay, so this one or this one, both are same. In any manner they may give in the examination. Okay, and here this one, this is indicating there is a Mn bond, metal bond is present. Okay, there is a bond present between manganese and manganese in this complex compound. Okay, so very, very important. See, already here we have penta, so that's why we are using here bis, not di. Okay, next see this. See here we have 4 different ligands: amine, bromido, chlorido, nitrito, N. Okay, so here this will come first, right? Amine, this one bromido, chlorido, so this one nitrito. Okay, so in the alphabetical order we get amine. Okay, amine, bromido, chlorido. Okay, amine, bromido, chlorido, nitrito, N. Okay, nitrito, N, platinate. Okay, platinate. See here, this is neutral ligand, these are negatively charged ligands. Okay, so the charge will be 2, and here we have a ion. Okay, so amine, bromido, chlorido, nitrito, and see this is an ambidentate ligand which already we discussed in the rules. Okay, it is an ambidentate ligand, so that's why chlorido, nitrito, N, we are mentioning here donor atom, nitrito, N, platinate, because we have a negative charge on the coordination sphere, so that's why platinate. Oxidation state of metal is 2, platinate space ion. Okay, next see this. Here we have 3 ligands: amine, chlorido, so this will start with C. This one methanamine, start with M. Okay, methanamine, this one is. Okay, so here amine, chlorido, methanamine, platinum. Okay, so the charge is, it is a neutral ligand, both are So here we get platinum 2 chloride. Okay, so here we have to leave a single space and then write chloride. Okay, amine, chlorido, methane amine, platinum 2 chloride. Okay, right. So next, see this. Two ligands here we have pentaamine, nitrito N. Okay, nitrito N, cobalt. Okay, cobalt 3 nitrate. See, this is nitrate ion. Okay, so the oxidation state of metal is 3. See, already we discussed how to calculate oxidation state. So that's why I am not going to waste here that how to calculate oxidation state once again. Okay, so that is wastage of your time only. So you should be perfect that how to calculate oxidation state of the metal. Okay, so that's why here I am directly writing the oxidation state. Okay, see this. Look at these two. Same ligand, amine, but here NO2, here we have ONO. Okay, so here pentaamine, nitrito O. See here, look at the difference between these two. Here, this is the ambidentate ligand which already we discussed. Here, donor atom is N. So this ligand is bonded to the metal through the nitrogen atom. So that's why here we are mentioning donor atom N. And here in this one, this ligand is bonded to the central atom through the oxygen atom. So that's why donor atom is oxygen we are mentioning here. So pentaamine, nitrito O, cobalt 3 chloride. Okay, cobalt 3 chloride. Okay, so see these two are ambidentate ligand is present. Okay, depending upon the nature of the bonding we have to mention the donor atom symbol here. Okay, next see this. So what is this? This is a Wilkinson's catalyst. Already we made a list of important complexes list. In that one we discussed this. What is Wilkinson's catalyst? You should remember the name of this one. Already in the previous entrance examinations questions were asked what is the oxidation state of rhodium in the Wilkinson's catalyst, or what is the IUPAC name of the Wilkinson's catalyst complex. Okay, question can be asked in so many ways. So this is also very important. Okay, see here we have, this is the triphenyl phosphine. Okay, triphenyl phosphine, and it is chlorido. Which will come first? So this will come first in the alphabetical order. So chlorido tris, because already here we have tri within the ligand name, so that's why tris, triphenyl phosphine. Okay, tris triphenyl phosphine, rhodium. See, this is a neutral ligand, so that's why rhodium 1. This is the name of this complex. Okay, chlorido, sorry, here chlorido tris triphenyl phosphine. See here already we have tri, so that's why we are here we cannot write triphenyl phosphine, that is wrong. So that's why we are using a prefix tris. Okay, so this is about some different complexes, and in the next lecture we discuss how to write names for the bridged complexes and also the complexes which have two coordination pair. Those are also very important. Already direct questions were asked in the different entrance examinations. Okay, thank you.